One. Hello, everybody.
Hi, hi.
And I got to pull up my little script. Hello and welcome back to Severed Sons presents Rolling in the Netherdeep. We are excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the lands of Wildmount. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around virtual table we have.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. I am here playing Orgoth Skullcrusher. You are half orc, half drow, all badass, ready to throw fists at the drop of pretty much anybody's hat, especially North's hat, because it is fancy.
Feather.
Very fancy. Hi, everyone. This is Jaden. I am playing Lapis Prisma Wing, your local little wizard who loves to read a lot of smutty books.
Folks, thanks for tuning in. This is Ross. I'm playing Wilvin Grandmain, the halfling bard, and my internet is unstable today. So if I cut in and out, I'm working on it.
Hi, this is Jamie playing Northy Ladron Rogue, who has a fancy hat but wouldn't mind switching it for Wilvin's just for a few hours, see if he notices.
We'll see if you can do that. Do you want to just dive right in?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay. If everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 6, The Bard of the Barbed Fields. Last time, after catching up to the rivals and retrieving the Jewel of the Three Prayers from Galsariad, you defeated some bandits who were after the zombie stick, and then you arrived at the Emerald Loop caravan stop, the rivals traveling at your sides together, having made a agreement to a peace treaty, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And oh no, we have lost.
Oh, there we go. Hi.
Okay, I'll need to switch you guys back.
Not going to be good for business.
No,
I'm so sorry. It did it on its own that
Let
time.
me make sure everybody's lined up. Okay, yeah, because I can.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. So I'll recap the caravan stop. It's like this magical forest that's kind of popped up in the blasted plains of the barbed fields. The da, 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 da. There's a large, like just a huge amount of trees, leaves of dozens of towering oaks rustling in the breeze, and a bonfire, like just the scent of the bonfire wafting through the air, and you smell things cooking, you hear music being played. The path through the trees is deeply rutted by the work of countless wagon wheels. There's a wooden sign posted at the head of the path that bears a decorated shepherd's crook that is the symbol of the Wild Mother, Melora, and the words Emerald Loop Caravan Stop above it. I think we lost him.
Yeah, we lost him.
Oh no. Let's see what happens. I'll keep going, and we're just going to be.
Moved, I think.
I know everything moved. There's nothing we could do about it. We'll keep going.
Are we still okay with the stream, though?
I think the stream's fine.
It's
Okay.
it is just
Out of
yeah, him.
we're out of position. Lapis is actually the only one still in her box right now.
And I'm staying in this box.
Somebody check the Discord or Messenger. Well, you just sent a message. Okay. He's back in. Boom. Okay.
Fingers crossed that it stays this time. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's not your fault at all.
It's literally resetting itself.
Did I get everybody in the back in the right box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Did you hear? I just basically described the caravan stop, and the map is in our private Discord channel. So,
Excellent.
so you see, let me pull up my map. To the right, you see this horizon-back tortoise, and there's like a lot of structures on it, like towers, and there's a main like keep kind of in the middle, and you see these two kids, like little goblins, like running all over. They're climbing up the surface. One looks to be like no older than 3 or 4 years old. To the left, you see a rope pen with a bunch of oxen, basically that are munching on the grass and stuff in the area. Beyond that, on the left side, looks like a camp, and you see some Aurora Watch members, and they've like set up a little fire. They have a little campfire there. But in the middle of camp of this stop, you see seven wagons encircling this big bonfire. And in the middle of the bonfire, this is where you hear all the talking and the shouting and like merrymaking happening. So, what would you like to do?
Is there any music playing, you
The
said?
music is playing. It's like, it's just kind of like plucking at a lute, perhaps. Um, Not really a lot of like singing right now. Just kind of like it's like somebody like fiddling on the guitar, basically.
Wherever Wilvin is in the party, I assume we're all still in our mounts.
Mhm.
As he gets the first view of the Aurora Watch and the bonfire and the crowd, I think he subconsciously like slows his pony down, and his position in the group kind of uh, switches toward the rear. Um, and you anybody who'd be paying attention notices his posture get very, he pulls his hat down over his eyes. He's doing the outlaw thing that he does as they come into the caravan stop.
Um, Dermot is leading the front, and he kind of goes over and the takes like his horse, rides his horse over to where the oxen are, and there's some hitching posts up there. And it's like, if you want me to take any of the horses, I could go hitch them up and make sure they're all fed and stuff.
Oh, Dermot, you are such a good friend. Yes, let's take the horses and make them prepared for the evening as we
Okay.
celebrate our arrival of the champions of merit.
Do they do they even know what that means over here?
Do they even
Everyone.
care?
they You're kind of, far enough away that, I mean, they may have heard of the Festival of Merit, but the Champions of Merit may not have as much of a meaningful sway down here. Yes.
You'll also have to remember, Orgoth, that it's a different set of champions every year. So I'm sure they're used to the boasting about by champions of all types. I'm not sure that anyone outside that little area is going to give us that kind of welcome.
I, I am still proud of our accomplishments, and there may have been
As am
some
I.
here that have traveled from the festival. They come from all over.
You are quite right, and I don't mean to belittle it. I'm proud of it too. I mean, we worked our asses off for that, but in terms of other people, I'm not sure that they're quite as excited as we are about it.
All right, I'll temper my expectations then.
The best you can do is always come in with no expectations. That way you're not, disappointed.
Galsariad, without a word, um, who's he riding? He's riding with Wilvin, right? No, he's riding with
with me.
Orgoth.
Yeah.
And
No, we had our own horses after
that's
we.
right.
Oh, that's right. Not
Yes.
anymore,
Yeah, everybody has their own horse, except for Maggie. And she can keep up just fine. The Galsariad kind of like shakes the reins and gets the horse to kind of go ahead, away from everybody. It's just like he is ready to get away from all of you. And he goes and hitches the horse and just like walks straight between the wagons to where the bonfire is. Io's like, okay then, everybody just enjoy themselves. Okay, have fun. And
Is there a way to keep an eye on where Galsariad goes, or does he get out of sight pretty immediately?
I mean,
As
he
he
is
enters in.
walking. I mean, you can kind of see him because there's big gaps between the wagons.
Because he was so eager, Wilvin's going to keep an eye on him
Okay.
and just wants to mark in his own mind who he's
Mhm.
talking to and like what kind of company he keeps
Yeah.
in this place.
You see Maggie like sniffing the air. It's like, That is, I believe, that is, what's it called? Mastodon coral. And I am hungry. Orgoth, are you hungry?
Well, I'm always hungry. Sure. Let's get some mastodon. That sounds delicious.
um, it's korun, Korrun. It's a vegetable like a deep red squash grown at Roshana's in the capital underground, and you can smell that cooking with like just meat, the smell of grilled meat, like filling the air. And it's like, I'm hungry, and she takes off.
I'll
The-
go
Okay.
with Maggie.
Okay.
I would have handed Dermot my horse so he
Der-
can put it away.
Yeah, Dermot walks, like folds it up, puts it in a box. Okay, Dermot takes the reins. Anybody else?
I'll dismount and hand the reins.
Okay. Um, and you see Dermot take the horses over to the hitching post, and you see him like get out food and like put like feed bags on all the horses, and gets on a brush and has a little step stool and starts
Oh.
brushing the horses down.
I'll keep an eye on him and Irvin for a
Okay.
bit.
Okay. Irvin is like kind of waiting for everybody to kind of like go do their thing, and Irvin goes up to Lapis and is like, are you hungry?
No, I'm not hungry. I don't eat that much. No.
Oh, okay. Do you want to hang out at the campfire at the bonfire?
I actually kind of want to check out the tortoise.
Oh, let's go.
She's gonna head over to the tortoise. She wants to look at it,
Okay.
touch it, talk
Okay.
to it, befriend it,
Okay.
steal it.
You get over there, and there is a you see a couple of like people like walking around on the platform, but the little kid that was like playing on it like like comes to the front, the 3-year-old. Halt! Who
Oh.
goes there?
Lapis,
Hi,
friend of tortoises.
Hi, Lapis. This is Big Yo-Yo.
Big yo-yo.
Big Yo-Yo, actually. Big Yo-Yo.
Big yo-yo. Yo-yo.
And you would know that this is a big Yo-Yo. A Yo-Yo is a ochre cucumber grown in the underground gardens of Roshana. And the kid's like, yeah, Big Yo-Yo. He's my friend.
He is amazing. He is adorable. Do you mind if I pet him?
As long as you don't try to come aboard, my father might try to shoot you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, just come on up. I mean, just stay there, but just like come up and pet. Big
And
Yo-
she does.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Oh no. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That's 21.
Blessing of the tortoise.
Yes.
Blessing of the
Um,
yo-yo.
Big Yo-Yo, like long neck, and kind of like stretches it out and then curves it down and just gets right eye to eye with you. And Irvin's like, I think he likes you.
Oh, dude, I've had such good luck with tortoises so far.
And he's kind of like nudges you.
Oh, she's gonna take this time to just pet it as much as she can
Okay.
before this kid tells her to fuck off.
You see this old, elegant, silver hair goblin woman come up to the edge of the platform. She's wearing these deep green robes, and she says, get away from the edge, little Shespa. Don't fall over. Hello there. My name is Auntie Jaller. I'm just the old witch hangs around these parts. help see over the forest. Is there anything we can do for you?
How long have you had this tortoise?
Oh, Big Yuyo's been in the family for a long time now, like a couple of generations, hundreds of years.
Do you know how much he was? I've been kind of thinking of having my own.
Oh, you're wanting to buy your own, start your own little mobile home, as it were. Um,
Yes.
he, they could be anywhere up to 15 to 20,000 crowns, 20,000 gold pieces.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna take me a while to get.
Um, for a full, you can like buy one full grown at that price. You could also buy a young one for much cheaper, but then you can't really live on it until you have to spend so much more money feeding it and bringing it up to full size so that you can start building, and you have to be friends with them so
Well,
they
friends is
allow
no
you.
problem.
I'm sure I can tell. Big Yuyo likes you.
Oh, I love him.
And you
Or
hear
her. I don't know what it is.
he is
Yeah.
very friendly. Um, but and you just see there behind her is this boy, little 5-year-old boy who's just kind of like peeking around her dress.
Lapis looks over at her and then looks over at the old lady and then looks over at the turtle and just keeps like kind of gets close to the turtle and just keeps petting it as she's dead eye contact.
Okay. Um, oh, if you need anything, just I'm up here around. I do sell potions from time to time, and I have a selection of teas I like to sell. Just let me know if you need anything, dear.
Oh,
You
I
were
will.
gonna say teeth, and I got terrified for a second.
She does sell teeth though.
Teeth as well. Yes, tea. Tea.
I may drop by before we head off. Thank you.
You have a nice day. What was your name?
My name is Lapis Prismawing.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And she waves and like, come along, children. And you see her go over to these two larger goblins. One's wearing chainmail, and the other is just older and like graying, kind of stubble beard on a goblin, and kind of just like they're talking about you. And you can't really hear them from this distance, but
Son of a bitch. She after she realizes that they're probably talking about me because they're looking at me, she's just gonna stop petting the turtle, say, all right, Yuyo, take care of yourself. I'll be over there if you need me. Wink if they're mistreating you in any way, I'll come running.
Make an animal handling check, and make an animal handling, and then an insight check.
14.
14. Now make an insight check.
Insight. That is a 24. Sorry, 25.
Big Yuyo seems very happy and like fat and happy.
All right, I'm gonna head over
Well
to the
fed.
fire.
Yeah. Okay. Irvin was like, you really have a way with animals, like ashes and turtles and tortoises.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know why, but I love animals. They're amazing. Isn't that why Ash is? And she's just gonna take Ashes off of her neck and just like play with him a little bit, kind of like chuck him up in the air and catch him. Just be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is everybody else doing? Orgoth is going to get meet with Maggie. North, what are you doing?
I think if I may, just sneak up behind Irvin,
Okay.
just as they're talking about,
Okay.
and drop my arm around his shoulders, like, "Hey!"
You really like sneaking up on people, don't you?
Just a little bit. No. I sit up a bit.
Okay.
Come over.
What? Okay,
Drag,
what?
drag, drag, drag.
Okay, okay.
I'm actually gonna drag him if I can towards the music.
Uh-huh. There is a.
Is that by the bonfire?
It
Because
is
that's where
by
I
the
was heading.
Yeah, it's by the bonfire. Yes. And the bonfire is a pretty big area. The wagons make a big circle, and the bonfire is just like large in the middle of it, and people are grouped up. The north part of the area that the wagons encircle is where the cooking is happening. It's where Orgoth and Maggie, and we'll get to you in a second. But you drag north. You drag Irvin there.
Yeah,
Wilvin, go ahead. I'm sorry.
just turning around at Lapis like, I got you, girl, I got you.
Got me for what? What's going on?
Wilvin, what are you doing? You kind of like pulled your hat down and.
Yeah, so Wilvin didn't let Dermot take his pony. Dermot will dismount. Wilvin will dismount and will walk his mount toward the bonfire, but kind of keep how crowded. Okay, so you have the ring of wagons.
Right.
Is it like super crowded in the middle?
It's
and then
fairly.
like nobody
There's
else?
probably about 20, 25 people in there right now. So.
And no mounts, I would imagine.
Yeah, no
So
mounts,
so as to not draw attention, Wilvin is gonna kind of like walk, put the pony between himself and the bonfire, and kind of use like the neck to like kind of to hide himself. But he's walking in, he's checking out the Aurora Watch soldiers. Wants to know who Galsariad is talking to, and also wants to see where Io went.
Okay, Io. Let's see, Io. Where did Io go? Making sure, like, okay, Irvin's at, Maggie's there. Io. Make an insight check. She hasn't left. Like, she's kind of like one of the last people to kind of leave. Like, everybody kind of scattered, and she's just still kind of on her horse. And
That's a 26.
okay. She's really in her thoughts right now. And she just kind of watches everybody kind of go off, and she kind of notices you looking at her. She is possibly upset over something.
Okay, then not a good time. Wilvin doesn't care. I want to care, but Wilvin doesn't.
Okay.
So in seeing that she is not in a state right now,
Yeah.
turns attention completely then to Galsariad and like watching who he talks to.
Okay. Well, she. Let me see if she notices you. Yeah, she did with a 16. She kind of comes up to you, Wilvin. Like you got like as you walk away, and she's like, "Oh, Wilvin, so it seems to me that with your group, you're kind of the leader."
He stops. He was looking for Galsariad. I would imagine she's behind him, and he stops and he turns around and gives her like a really quizzical look, and he says, "What makes you say that?"
Oh, everyone listens to you. I mean, you took charge when you were confronting us back at the campfire. You sounded like you had. It seemed like you had a plan, and I just feel like the last few weeks, I just feel like I'm losing control of everybody, and I just what do you do to keep everybody entertained, keep everybody together?
And he just kind of stares at her for a second. And he's like, "Well, in my experience, not saying with this group, because I do disagree with you slightly. I think that a lot of things pull our group in different directions. Um, but in my experience as a leader, which I do have, the two things that I find that is most uniting is a common enemy and a common goal."
And that's why
And
you
if
were
you-
so successful getting this jewel back.
Well, if you can't agree on that, then what are you doing? Yes.
She
If you don't
nods.
know who you're fighting and what you're fighting for, you're not fighting.
What are you fighting for?
And he breaks the gaze. His
Yeah.
hat kind of it does the thing, um, and he says, "I'm just fighting for what's mine."
As
And
am
he'll
I.
look up, and as if Io says that, then
Mhm.
as he looks up, he steps in and kind of puts the mount again, like covers our both of our heads
Mhm.
from the bonfire, and he says, "If there's anyone in your group that I can trust, I think it's you.
Oh.
And if since I have you, I'm wondering what you know about the Myriad."
The Myriad. Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Aren't they disbanded? I heard
So the rumors may say.
um I believe that several groups are masquerading as the Myriad. Somebody's trying to restart, but um I don't know a whole lot about them. I know that they're big, used to be big on the Menagerie Coast.
Yeah,
Are
they
you
have no reason.
are you leading somewhere with this questioning? I think you suspect somebody.
Well, I was curious if you knew anything about your friend Galsariad and if he had any dealings with them. But I'm less interested in that and more interested in just the information.
Well, the Myriad, as far as I know, have no reach here in Zorhas. Um, and as far as I know, Galsariad is from the capital city, Rashana, and I don't even know if he's been to the Menagerie Coast. Um, the Are you looking for a contact?
No,
No.
no, and he kind of backs up and he says, "I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just looking for the information. That's all.
I
And if
know.
that's all you have, that's
Well,
fine. But I would appreciate your discretion
of
in the
course, of
matter."
course. They do a lot of illegal smuggling. Um, Supposedly, they were disbanded when their leadership was destroyed 15 years ago. Um, but more than likely, they've gone underground. You know how criminal organizations are, they kind of spread their roots very deep and widespread.
That I
Um,
do. If there's one thing I do know about, it's how roots spread. And he kind of loses himself in a gaze as he says that. And he says, "In the future, if you hear any whisperings, I would appreciate it if you sent them my way."
I will do that. Make an insight check.
22.
22. She's very curious about you and like where this came from. She was not expecting it.
With
Um,
me?
she's like, question: if given the opportunity, and this is completely hypothetical, given the choice to join the Myriad, would you take it or would you want to destroy them from within? What are your feelings toward thieves guilds in general?
Well, those are two completely different questions, aren't they?
Perhaps.
How I feel about thieves' guilds they serve their purpose. To some, they're forces of good. To others, forces of evil. What I don't think matters. But would I join the Myriad? I don't know if I'm interested in that. I I think just academic questioning is neither here nor there. Perhaps they serve their purpose, and for that, I wouldn't want to upset the balance of things. You know?
I do know, yes. I'm just trying to get, I'm trying to figure you out. And I
Yes,
thought
I
I
see
had,
that. I
and
see that that's what you're doing, and I'm. You ask your friend Dermot. I'm not going to let you do that so easily.
you are an interesting person, and I'm glad we have gotten to know each other. And if I hear anything or any murmurings of the myriad, I will let you know, and I will keep your secret. And if you'd like to insight check that,
I don't think I will.
okay,
I think what's done is done. So
okay,
whether she keeps it or not is irrelevant at this
okay.
point. But he'll give her the curt like kind of nod and the, at his nose with that
Mm-hmm.
blows his mustache, and he'll turn and
It head on.
walk his
Mm-hmm.
mount is what he's essentially doing, but in doing so, keeping an eye on the bonfire and who's there and all the
Mm-hmm.
things.
He, she, sorry, she takes her horse and actually just kind of gets back on and does like a slow ride, like kind of not leaving the clearing at all, but just kind of like just kind of goes off a ways and spends some time alone. Uh, and you head to keep an eye on Galsariad, right? Yes.
So you're talking to me the whole time because I
Y-
did freeze a little bit.
okay, okay, that's good. That's good. You're still there though.
But yes,
Uh,
I'm still in the clearing. I don't leave. I'm kind of circling the
yeah.
wagons. You might have said that. And yes, just eyeing, making sure Galsari
Okay.
doesn't
Yeah. Basically,
bolt.
Io gets on her horse again and just kind of like goes off by herself and spends some time. That's all. Okay. Um, the Orgoth, you're basically one of the first people into the clearing. Maggie clearing the way, like everybody gets out of her way. It's like thump, 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 thump. Um, and she goes right up to the um, the cook, who is. Let me find them. I wrote it down. Here it is. Um, there's a drow wearing just like leathers, and he's got a an apron, a white apron on with just like grease all over it, and he's got this big metal plate with just fires. And just like sizzling meat on top of it, cut up vegetables like on one other side of it. He's got them separate so that vegetarians, the meat doesn't touch the veggies. Um, and he's just like cooking it up, and he takes like a bowl, and you see that person, he like grabs a thing of rice out of a bowl, throws it into the bowl, like a smaller bowl, puts the meat and the veggies, like chops it up real quick, and throws it into the bowl and hands it to people. And there's like these little wooden spoons he throws into it, and people are selling them for, and he's just handing them out, like he's not selling this at all. And you see another cook like butchering the mastodon kill from the day. And Maggie's like, this smells delicious. I would like 3 servings, please. I will pay. And whatever my friend Orgoth wants.
I'll I'll have 3 servings too. That sounds good. That seems like a good amount.
First serving's free. It's a 5 silver after that.
Oh,
And
it's
oh no, no, no! I have this.
well, you'll have to let me repay you in some way. Perhaps we can play some dragon chess or spar or something later. But
That sounds good to me. Let us eat.
thank you. Yes, thank you.
And you just get these 3 bowls, like each, like she has just like 1, 2, 3 in her hand.
I've kind of got him on my arm.
Yeah.
I'm big, but I'm not Maggie big. So
And you go off. You do notice you're passing there is an elf sitting on a bench, and people are kind of like avoiding him. He's got blonde hair, like really nice kind of armor, and he's tuning his lute, like doom 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 doom. It's like he hums, do 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 do, and it's make a perception check.
That is an 18.
One of the strings isn't even tight, like it's just loose on his lute. He kind of nods to you. He's like, "Hi, hello, my name is Pollux Stargazer, Bard Extraordinaire. Who are you?"
My name is Orgoth Skullcrusher, and this is Maggie Keen Eyes.
Oh, Orgoth, yes. Orgoth is a fighting man, he strums. His bones were made of iron. He has a club for fights, but then no one talks about it. And
that is a interesting rhyming structure.
I believe it is the Elven way.
I am not as well versed in Elven poetry, I suppose.
It is a song. It is a song. I have one for everyone I meet. It is nice to meet you. Do you have friends here?
I do have friends.
I would love to meet them as well.
Well, if they come this way, I'm sure they will hear you. You are hard to miss.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait to meet them. And you see him. And he kind of gets up and chases after this girl. Oh, Julius here has a girlfriend and a wife. His wife, Doris, is none the wiser. Julius must have the charm of 1,000 fae to court the village doorknob. And the lady just turns around and is like, "What?"
He's not very good, I don't think, Maggie.
I do not care for music. I like the sound of steel upon steel.
I like music, and I still don't like what he did, so I think we can agree on that.
Okay. Who am I up to? North, pulling...
Is it the only musician around, or is there someone
There's some
else?
There's some others,
Thank
but they're
God.
kind of like playing, like they're more like playing like drums and like a lute and like a little recorder.
It's like upbeat.
Oh no, we lost him again. We'll catch him up.
There we go.
Okay, he's back. Okay, it's okay. It's totally okay.
Are we still lined up?
We're not lined up. Okay, let's see. Jamie.
Oh dang,
May.
I'm the only one in the right one.
Yeah. There we go. I think it's good. A body swap episode.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
nobody wants that.
No. So North,
Yes.
you've got Irvin kind of pull him away.
tow.
Yeah, in tow. And you see there's people with like 3 people that are kind of like softly playing.
Now, if it's a beat, I'm gonna drag him around and just like make him spin a few times. I am going to look as carefree as possible because I know that some people might be watching.
Right.
And I am dragging an introvert into a public setting.
Yeah, he's kind of looking around, like he's definitely make an insight check, but he's definitely looking for somebody.
That's another 10.
10. He keeps looking back to where you left Lapis behind.
Aw, that's cute.
He's like, this is fun and all, but
So Lapis, hey?
is she seeing anyone?
I mean, she is a seeing person. She sees, but I don't know. I don't believe she hasn't told me.
Oh,
But
well, I've been trying to get to know her like on the road, but you know,
I see that. Like
um,
if I may be honest with you, like,
Mm-hmm.
be upfront with people.
He nods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Just gonna spin him around a bit
Okay.
more.
He's like really does not want to be there right now.
And I'm gonna swing him back in Lapis's direction, but like put them together.
Okay. Uh,
Eh.
Lapis, what are you doing to get once you get into the
Well, I
circle?
was heading over to like the bonfire and stuff to just find a place to sit down.
This is where it's all happening. Yes.
Is Dermot around?
Dermot is still taking care of the horses.
Ah, crap.
Yep.
I would have grabbed him if he was around and just left with him, but
You see him. He's actually like over by the oxen pen, and he's
no,
just
for
brushing.
now I'll just
Okay.
have a little fun by myself and try to clock where Galsariad is, like, while not looking the part.
Galsariad is, he is sitting on the ground, cross-legged, behind like the circle of benches, and these like wooden benches that are like cut from wood, like old and like hammered into the ground so that they're like permanent, almost like permanent fixtures. But he's behind one, and he's just like put a cloak down, sitting on it, and he's got a book open, reading it.
Nerd. Okay. I think I'm going to dance a little bit and then work my way over there slowly, but
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Lapis, North dances Irvin over and kind of just deposits him right in front of you. And it's like, hi, lovely.
Well, hi.
Can I get? I've already asked you for food. Hi. Would you like to sit and talk?
I mean, you go ahead. You could sit right over here, I guess.
Oh, here, let's go. Okay.
I mean, she was already sitting down, so she was
okay.
just stares up at him. It's
Okay.
like, hey.
And he sits down next to you, and he's like, so, I've really enjoyed our time talking, what we were riding on the horse together, and
Yeah.
it was really nice. It was really fun, and I just wanted to get to know you better.
I mean, there's not much to know. What does he want to know?
He just wants to. He just likes. He like. What he does is kind of blushes and says, not blushes, but like. He's. So where are you from?
Around, I guess.
What's wrong?
I don't. Oh, hey, look, there's a musician right over there. Just excuse me. I'm just gonna go listen to music real quick.
Irvin looks at North and was like, "What?"
She's just gonna get up very straight and then just kind of march away. She leaves her book behind.
He picks up the book and holds it up and looks at the cover.
It's called Eating In by Eating Her Out, Recipes with Related Short Stories.
He puts the book back down.
Sad today. A plus. We went there today, folks.
Yes. Okay. You see the bard, elven bard, is kind of walking around, and goes up to Wilvin. Wilvin comes in, and it's like, "Hello, hi, what's your name?"
Mm-hmm. Wilvin.
Wilvin, nice to meet you, Wilvin. Strums his lute and says, "A lawman hides beneath the stash of Wilvin, old Wilvin, brave and bold. He'll take outlaws dead or alive, but," and he looks at your pipe, "his pipeweed is quite stinky." A fan. Oh, you seem like you really enjoyed that.
Dead stare. Wilvin doesn't crack a single smile. Just he stares. He's holding on to his mount. He might like exchange a glance with the pony and then look back at him.
The pony
but-
just like looks at Wilvin like, I don't know.
He says, "A bard, eh?"
A bard, yes.
And
An elven
I-
bard.
didn't catch your name.
Oh, I am Pollux Stargazer. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm going to be heading to up ahead. I'm going to the Betrayer's Rise. I want to check out the big mountain in the distance. It seems like a very nice place to visit. I'm thinking about taking a vacation there.
You're gonna love it.
I saw it on a map.
Mhm. Head on over there.
Okay.
I hear it's getting crowded. You better hurry.
Okay.
Wilvin does not vibe with that energy at all, especially here where he's like really trying to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
So he knows that an inch is going to turn into a mile. So he keeps it very short with this one.
Okay. Okay, so let's just open it up. Who wants to do what?
I guess after a while she's just gonna Lapis is just gonna head back to where she was, sit down, grab her book, look at where Irvin, and just go, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to that sort of attention."
It's okay. I like you, and that's fine. We could be friends. He kind of thinks for a second and says, "Listen, I enjoyed our company, and I'd like to spend more time with you. Like maybe we could go out on a date sometime. I don't know." We don't have to. I mean, I just.
You know what? Maybe ask me another time after we get to know each other a little more. Maybe I do.
Okay.
Sir. And she like looks around, kind of. Hi, North.
North is waving.
Nobody's around to help.
Nobody's. Orgoth and Maggie are into their second bowl of food.
Oh, this is very rich. It is well prepared.
I like
well.
This one is the meat is tender and juicy. It is like the juices absorb into the rice and the whatever they cooked the vegetables in. It's just delicious. It's.
I have never had this before. They do not serve this in Jigao. It is fortifying.
It is. It is.
Fortifying. I hear yelling it.
Yeah, you hear that like resonating a little bit
Okay.
across the camp.
North, you see Dermot come back eventually, and he's gotten sweaty. He actually like looks like he's working. Like he was just like straight up like cleaning the horses, and he's like all sweaty and just kind of like comes into camp, looks tired.
Hey, buddy,
Hey,
come over. Let's sit down. It's just like,
yeah.
yeah, we've been doing a great lot of things for us and for your friends, and you should stay alone with the horses. No.
I was just trying to make sure they were comfortable for the ride up into Roxuzan.
But yeah, it's still gonna be a long way, right?
Yeah.
As I'm talking to Dermot, did I spot the bard?
Yes.
Does he
He's
look
hard
like
to miss.
Does he look like someone I would know?
You are positive you have never seen him before in your life.
Thank fuck. Okay. I had a moment of fear.
Someone you know.
My ex? Oh no.
Yeah.
In fact, as you like kind of look over at him, he dances over.
Oh fuck.
He's like,
he's just
Pollux Stargazer, at your service, Elven Bard. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Go with Sandro.
Sandro. Sandro, it's nice to meet you, Sandro. Sandro, It doesn't seem like a name that fits you, though.
I tell that to my mother.
Nautical Sandro takes no prisoners, a pirate upon the good ship Revenge. Their tongue is sharp, their wit sublime. Their hat has a long feather.
Is that poet oh
It's elven poetry.
absolutely it is.
Do you like it? Strum salute.
I do not know. Actually, no.
It's totally fine. Everybody has artistic vision. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you were honest with me.
Yeah.
And you are, Dermot, I'm Dermot. Like, Dermot. Dermot, so brave and devout, his healing is like no other. Dawning plate mail so hardy, he really should drink milk to grow.
Sir?
He's very small.
That's very rude.
He's a very small guy.
That's
It is true.
does
I'm
it-
a very small guy.
Let me do it. Really, my guy?
What?
You go around like telling people that they're short and it's something that they cannot help?
But I am short. He is a beautiful soul. Look at he is practically glowing.
I turn around, is Dermot glowing?
He's dirty and just nasty. And looks like he actually stepped in horse shit maybe at one point. And
Yeah. Glowing.
he technically is glistening, but it's sweat.
You know what? I think I've heard of someone who actually is really into elven poetry.
Who?
See the man sitting over there with his book?
Oh, look. What's his name?
His name is Galsariad.
Galsariad.
And he's like, yeah, he's really into the literature. Look at him reading.
Do you think he would enjoy the elven poetry?
I think he would enjoy a full sonnet if you did one.
I have just the one. It just sprung to my mind unbidden. Okay, and he
Go ahead, you creative soul.
and he goes and jumps up on a thing and it's like, Galsariad, strum, and he looks up from his book, closes it, puts a bookmark into it, closes it. What the fuck? Galsariad, a youthful lad, a wizard down on his luck. He tries to impress the maiden fair, when really he would just like to go out for a nice dinner and maybe a show. And he stands up.
Stealth.
Excuse me? Did you like it? Get out of my sight before I just blast you to oblivion. I'm in no mood. And he just picks his book up and he picks his blanket off the cloak off the ground and just walks out of the caravan circle. He liked it. He really liked it.
Oh, he did.
What is going
Wilvin, you see Galsariad leave the circle.
Wilvin will I would imagine after the conversation with the bard, once he saw Dermot head toward Wilvin went toward the where all the horses are tied up and would tie up his own pony by himself. So in doing that, maybe seeing Galsariad go, so the mount's tied up, and I would love to follow him stealthily if possible.
Make a stealth check.
If possible, that's where the dice comes in. Hey, I'm rolling pretty good today. Don't say that. 18.
18.
Shut the fuck up.
You see him kind of head to the north of the bonfire. He kind of goes out to the west side, like the way you came in, and heads kind of curls up to the north and goes over where the horses are, and just looking at the oxen. There are on the other side of the oxen pen looks like 6 Aurora Watch soldiers. With that stealth roll, you're pretty sure you're like kind of hidden in the shadows. And he's just watching the oxen, and he's like talking to himself, like, what is going on? Why is everything falling apart? What do you do?
As he notices that he's talking to himself, Wilvin puts his hands in his pockets and feels that he has the amulet in there, and uses a charge to cast invisibility on himself.
You go invisible. Yep.
At which point he will stealthily move closer to pick up some more.
Okay. Make a stealth check at advantage.
That's a 16.
Okay, with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Let me just roll real quick. 2. He is like leaning against one of the posts, and he's like, they do not know the power that thing has. We have to find out what it does. The fate of the world depends on that amulet. And they're going to use it for evil. I can just feel it in my bones.
Is he talking to anyone specifically?
No,
he's just talking to himself.
It seems to be talking to himself. But there is a pause. But there is a pause after he.
Cool. Are the Aurora Watch soldiers tuned into him at all?
No. They appear to be actually dozing. Like they're actually taking a watch. One's awake, and their other 5 are kind of like lounging, sleeping, maybe trancing. There are 4 drow and 2 orcs in their midst.
Then Weldon would he would stay where he is, as long as he has an earshot of Gal. He's tuned in to that conversation. If you want to hand wave it or whatever, if I've heard what he's talking about, then so be it. But that's where he's definitely tuned into that conversation.
You definitely hear, after about a few seconds, you hear, I know. And then no more words after that.
And in that conversation, does he seem to be talking to from Wilvin's, like, you knowing Wilvin's backstory? Does he seem to be talking to a peer, or a superior, or an inferior?
Make an insight check.
13.
It seems to be a peer. Perhaps like somebody he's very familiar with.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Back in the circle, the bard has found Maggie.
Oh no.
And Maggie is like, he's like, hello, Orgoth. I always remember every single name that has ever been I've been introduced to. Orgoth Skullcrusher. It's nice to meet you again. And you are, and Maggie's like crossed arms. Maggie. Maggie Keen Eyes. I can see that your eyes are very, very blue. Very beautiful. Um, Here, a song? Maggie goes, no. Can crush skulls like a sparrow's eggs between thighs. Maggie enjoys a great tussle. Be wary of her strength in battle. Seriously, a handshake from her nearly killed a man. You have to be careful. That is true.
Starting to like him.
So you didn't hear when she said no, then?
um, uh, I'm sorry. What was that word that you're saying? Is that Elvish? You're speaking.
No
Maybe it's
means
Orcish. Is it Orcish?
no means no, especially when a lady tells it to you. So you should apologize for doing something without her consent. Now,
Make an intimidation roll at advantage.
Let's see. There's 11.
11. He says, "My lady, I am deeply apologetic of insulting you in this way. You are such a beautiful light in this world, and I can see that you're." And Maggie has not moved a muscle in her face at all. And it's like, be careful what you say next. You are a beautiful soul who, and she stands up. I will be leaving now. And goes over to Lapis. He was sitting there reading.
Pinballing around.
And hello. Hi. I am Pollux Stargazer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Lapis.
Lapis, nice to meet you. Do you want a song?
She looks over at where North was, looks up at him. I guess, sure, why not?
Very well. And he strums and says, Princess Lapis flees into starry night, away from her lost home, and he produces a rose from nowhere and tucks it behind her left ear. This reaches over, thing. She'll sing you a tune of journeys past. May I pet your fox?
Oh, yes, you may. Come here, Ashes. And she grabs him and shoves him in front of the guy.
And he reaches and starts petting her on the head, and Ashes is making some cute noises. Quite lovely, quite a lovely pet. Ashes, beautiful name.
Thank you. Came up with it on the spot.
That's how I perform my songs.
I can definitely tell.
They appear in my head. I get distracted sometimes. But anyway, it is lovely meeting you, Lapis. And he kind of looks at you, nods. He's like, I hope you have a wonderful journey, princess.
God, I'm sure you use that line with every fucking woman.
Oh, no, not really, no. Is that another word? Must be a dragon elf. Dragon elf. You are that word just popped into my mind. You're a dragon elf. Is that the word that began with the letter F? Is that a word in the dragon elf language?
You know what? Yes, sure. Why not? You're so smart.
Oh, thank you. And he laughs and says, I have so many more people to sing to tonight. You have a wonderful evening. And he just traipses away.
Wow.
Okay.
Irvin, you seeing this shit?
Irvin's like, you know that on the elves in the Menagerie Coast, when they put a rose behind your left ear, it means that you're engaged, right?
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
Is that a bad thing?
It's a.
We're not in the Menagerie Coast, right?
No, we're not. I wouldn't worry about it. He probably doesn't know. He seems a little bit dim.
Yeah, no, he seems fucking stupid.
What would the rest of you like to do? When you make your way back?
Yeah, we're behind Gal as he leaves. He'll probably wait around a few minutes. Maybe use that invisibility. What is that? A minute? Or no?
I think it's a minute. I think it's 10
I didn't
rounds.
look
Yeah.
that then he probably can't do much more with it. Make sure he's out of range when he becomes visible again. And
Yeah.
yeah, and then just he'll probably settle in for a rest, actively not joining in the
Okay.
bonfire situation. Maybe over by the horses.
Does anybody
Under a
else
tree.
eat? Does anybody else eat besides Orgoth and Maggie?
No.
No, they rash. Oh, invisibility is an hour.
Oh, nice.
In which case he would probably do similar eavesdropping around the Aurora Watch. But we don't need to roleplay it. We could just say
Okay.
that he was just
You got it.
being a little sneaky
Yeah.
asshole.
Okay.
But no, he eats his rations.
Okay.
If they have any greens,
They could just give you a veggie and rice bowl.
please.
And it's like delicious. Like they use like they actually have it all separated out because so many elves are vegetarians. So they have it the drow. So they have like the veggies on one side and the meat on the other side, and they're able to like give you a grains plate with rice and the
Amazing.
koran on it. So and it's delicious. It's quite good. So you see him saying to Io is the last song. Actually,
Oh, we didn't even get one for Irvin.
oh yeah, we need Io. So you hear over here often like Io's kind of by herself thinking, and she goes like, Io enjoys the life of adventure, courageous, strong, and true. Would be an amazing leader. She just really needs to stand up to bad ideas.
Oh, this man has some insight.
Acting like he knows us.
And he is like, and she's like, you know, you're really right. I need to like make strong decisions. And she actually stands up and goes over like, Pollux, thank you. And he like goes over to Galsar, and she goes over to Galsaria and is like, come here, and grabs Galsaria by the hand and takes him out of the circle.
What's happening there?
Where will Wilvin go?
Wilvin's done. Wilvin has he's like settled under a tree at this point. He's staying away from the bard, so he probably didn't hear it.
I wanted to see what's going on.
And for the people that you know, he sings to several other people, and they're always like slightly insulting. And he tells like this little kid goes up to him and is like, how old are you, little goblin kid? And Pollux says, I am 125 elf years old.
That's not a thing.
You say that around?
Yeah.
He's like, it is a thing. Elf years.
That's not.
It is. I'm 125 elf years. I'm young. I'm so young. Dashing?
Old man.
How dare you?
Dave, you're my guy. In Elvish, you're old. You're fucking old, my guy.
Make an insight check.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you do.
Dragon elf word again.
Yeah.
I take.
Oh, my
offense-
insight is a big old 6.
Beetle
I
6.
take offense to that.
He's like, comes back over to you, Lapis, and Irvin's still sitting there talking to you. And it's like, I did not get to talk to you earlier. What is your name? And he's like, Irvin. What are you? Do you like her? And he's like, Of course, I like everyone. Everyone is such a wonderful people, and I love getting to know everyone. Um, but she's a special one, isn't she? And I can see it in your eyes. Irvin's like, yes, yes, I can. Um, he sings, young Irvin the innocent, so small and thin, has eyes for glorious treasure that does not belong to him.
Rhymed. That's something special.
And he stands up and is like, really? Are we going there? You don't know me. And he's like, it's just what came into my head. You know, it's like, it's what describes you perfectly, is it not? And he's like, no. Really? No. But I was like, anyway, have a lovely night. I hope that we'll be all traveling on the road to Bazozan on tomorrow's eve. I am done for the evening. And everybody's like, you see like a person in the background kind of clapping.
We have to leave tonight.
So, Avatar: The Last Airbender does that whenever there's like a dead laugh. There's always just like a in the distance, and it makes me laugh every time, man. That's what that shit's funny.
We can't travel with this guy. We cannot.
Irvin's like, we cannot.
I don't know. He's kind of fun. He's stupid, but he's fun.
He is kind of stupid.
Kind of entertaining, but in the like, does it feel kind of wrong to you to like enjoy that? Because I feel kind of dirty for laughing at it at the same time.
He's somehow wrong and right all at the same time. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go sit down for the evening, get my bedroll ready. Lapis, good night. I enjoyed sitting with you tonight.
Yeah, sure, likewise.
And he leaves. Maggie, okay. Actually, this happened during that whole thing. Maggie takes out the dragon chess board and it's like, tonight, dragon chess. Our next camp, we shall spar.
Good, all right. Now, no holding back this time.
Okay, I would like you to roll an intelligence check.
Horsey moves here. Let's see.
I have to pull up her stats. Give me a second.
Straight int?
Yeah, straight intelligence check. Unless, well, she has a proficiency bonus because it's like dragon chess kit.
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just making an intelligence check.
Yeah.
17. And then see this level.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 3D, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, because it's like there's like keeps on either side of the board that the dragons.
Pony to Queen's Keep level 2.
She looks at the board. I rolled a 10. And she is like, I am trying to see if it was possible for you to cheat at this, considering I just taught you the game. I have to come to the conclusion that you have beaten me fair and square.
I had an excellent teacher. Beginner's luck.
One more game.
All right, one more.
Okay. That is a 16 this time.
I had 11.
Okay, and she wins the second game.
Okay, best of 3. Right,
Best of
we have
three.
to know who wins.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. 12.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
No!
Come on, Orgon.
Yeah, 16.
16. Nice. And you managed to, like, you're almost, like, you lose so many pieces, and she's just, like, on you the entire time, and finally you, like, do a little feint with the pieces, and she falls for the trap, and then you win at the last second, and she's like, that was
Dragon
interesting.
Mount.
Dragon Mount. Ugh. That was an interesting feint you did there. You can apply that to the battlefield, you know.
Yes, I find that a good feint will gain me an advantage later in the fight. It seems to apply here as well. I like this game.
We shall play it more. I am going to retire for the evening. The mastodon is sitting heavy on my stomach. Good evening. And she stands up and goes off and finds a bedroll underneath a tree somewhere.
I will go and get my bedroll and find a spot that is maybe over by the horses, a little away from everybody.
Okay.
So I've got to...
That's where Wilvin is.
People behind me.
Yeah. So, Wilvin, you see Orgoth. Lapis, where do you and North set up camp? As the bonfire starts to burn lower and lower.
Where is Galsariad?
He hasn't returned.
All right. Well, I guess I will. Yeah, I kind of want to look for him, but not make my presence known if I can.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth is not my strong suit. $16.
16. Okay. He is still outside of you kind of like peek out of the circle of wagons and you see him north of and he's still over there by the oxen, kind of just staring out into the darkness.
I'm gonna watch him this entire time until he finally goes to sleep.
And he does. Eventually he puts his there's a tree nearby that's in between the horses and the pen, and he puts his cloak down, sits on it, and starts, like, his eyes kind of slightly open and goes into his trance.
Where are his shoes?
They're currently on his feet.
Damn it. So he's a fucker that sleeps with his shoes on? He
doesn't trust nobody. Of course not. No.
Psychotic.
Well, that ruins my plans. Fuck.
Oh, you can do it. I believe in you.
I don't believe in me. Damn it. I'll have to figure out another way to do it. Actually, different idea.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go over to where, like, some of the oxen were kept.
Okay.
I want to just get like a bag or something if I could find one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, easily.
And I want to like be able to put some of the poop on there and then have Ashes kind of drag it over to where Galsariad is.
Lapis.
Okay.
Ashes is the one doing it. I just told him. It's not me.
I'd like you to roll a stealth check for Ashes.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna use my stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, 18.
Oh wow. Okay. Ashes, like, gets the poop over on the bag and, like, gets right next to him. And he's like, Ashes runs away.
She grabs him and walks away.
Opens one eye. I swear to... Who's he going to swear to? He's going... I swear to the matron of ravens herself. He gets up and walks into another place.
Okay, if I can't steal his shoes, I'm gonna fuck up his sleep.
He's gonna think it was me.
Okay.
Good cover.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody goes to sleep? Or are you gonna do a watch?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna climb up a tree if I can, just like to feel, like a bit like I was in a crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can take first watch, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna sleep, or I'm gonna trance next to Yuyo's foot. Yo-yos.
Yeah, Yuyo.
Yuyo.
Yo. Yeah. You can easily do that because you are friends. The I'd like everyone to roll just a straight 20-sided die.
That's scary, Ron.
Yeah. Tell me what you get.
5.
5,
8.
8,
Thir-
13. Oh, you froze. Oh no.
Oh no.
I thought that was me
Oh
for a
no.
second. I was like, no.
Oh no. Hope we still got.
That's all right. I came back. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
back. Okay.
I think that was a 13.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Lapis.
8.
8. So Wilvin with the low roll.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
You are sitting there, and you're on your watch, and suddenly, the skies above, one of the moons, the red moon, suddenly becomes full and shines down upon you. And you just feel this red light covering you. He's gone. This is the day of like bad internet. And he is this red light just bathing you. I would like for you, and this is the moon Rudius.
Rudius.
Yes. Ruudius.
I think it's Roidus.
Roidus? Yeah.
Roidus.
Roidus, thank you.
I'm trying to stay in my square.
Yes, please.
Oh god, it's the other way.
Here, while we're waiting for him to come back, somebody check the Discord. And
I'm in there now.
Okay.
There's nothing from him yet.
Okay. Let me find it. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by stuff happening. Okay. You just feel this like shiver come over your soul. And you know just from the stories that the red moon is a sign of ill omen.
And I think with his ties to Sahanine as well, I think that Wilvin is particularly superstitious about the ill omen. So I think he would on that watch, first of all, look around. Does anybody notice anybody else? Is anybody else awake?
Nobody seems to notice. It's
Maybe
almost like it's shining
nobody's-
down on you.
Yeah. Then Wilvin, in true reverence for that moment and kind of trying to give respect to Roidus. Is that how we're saying it?
I think it's Ruidus.
Ruidus?
Ruidus, yeah. Ruidus. I have a pronunciation guy. I
Great.
just have to find it. So
In reference to the red moon, he is he's gonna take his hat off and kind of put it over his heart, and kind of like allow the red light to cover him. He'll look up, and then he'll close his eyes. He'll bow his head and try to, I guess, just accept the omens, what the omens have decided this night. I think that's something serious that his clan would take seriously back in the day.
okay, you are cursed. You have for the next 24 hours.
Great.
You have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws.
Bill's internet crashed. He's trying to get back in.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
I have a panic button. Do you want to like take a tiny break, a 5-minute break? And we'll
Sure.
come chat.
Maybe.
Some time.
Chat will come back. And
Oh
never
gosh,
mind.
Baphomet is the dungeon master right now in the
Oh no. That's amazing.
He's back. Welcome
back.
back.
I don't know. I got like fiber, 2 gig fiber just got put in, and like I guess it decided it's sorry.
It just
Yeah.
hiccuped.
We were kind of expecting this happens. It's like
Ooh, everyone's in the right spot too.
I know it
nice.
just popped
All right.
in.
I had a 13. My roll is a 13. It might be the next day by now, but I rolled a 13.
No, you're good.
You are totally good. You rolled good for that.
I'm the one who got fucked, so
Yeah.
don't you worry about it.
Mhm.
I always worry about you, Wilvin.
Appreciate you. Great.
Orgoth,
So ability checks and saving throws, you said?
ability checks and saving throws for the next 24
you.
hours.
Great.
Yep. Orgoth, late in the like your last watch, right?
Yeah, I always get up earliest and have last
Okay.
watch. Yep.
You see from the east this moorbounder riding into camp, like right into campus, riding into the clearing, and he's got like this cloak, and it's just, and he kind of comes in, and he's got like a bow and arrow, short bow, like on his side, like on the saddle, and he kind of comes to a stop and rides the moorbounder up to where the hitching posts are, and he gets off of it, and he kind of like, good job, rice pudding, good job.
I love his name.
And
Rice pudding.
this is actually in the module too. I did not come up with this. This is actually in the module. Rice pudding, you did such a great job. And he like gives like pulls out some game that he hunted that night and throws it on the ground. And the moorbunder's like, rawr, eats it.
Oh, you have an impressive steed.
Hello, my name is Justice, and this is Rice Pudding. Thank you so much. Rice Pudding has been with me for my entire life. We've almost grown up together. I am a scout with the I patrol the area around here, and I have just been coming to get a little bit of rest before the sun comes up. How are things here at the crossroads?
They have been very good, except for one bard who is not very good. I would warn you off of a Pollux Stargazer.
Yes,
yeah. You've met him?
I have
Yes.
met him. He told me that I had a very big nose and that I breathed easily.
Well, yes, he does not seem to understand that. Usually, when you are meeting someone for the first time, politeness is a good thing.
He is a bit of a odd duck, I believe is the phrase. In any case, I am hungry. Do you know if there was any leftovers? I could kind of smell still in the air.
Yes. Oh, and it was excellent last night. I am sure they have some. If not, and you require food, we have an excellent cook with us, and perhaps we could convince him to make something this morning. But
excellent. You introduce yourself. I'm sorry.
yes, I am Orgoth
Orgoth.
Skullcrusher. Yes.
It's nice to meet you, Orgoth. I'm going to rest for a bit, and I'll come find you. We can have some breakfast, I guess. So nice to meet
yes,
you.
I am on my way to the river.
Okay. Let's see. You go to the river, and everybody starts to wake up from your watches. How would you like to spend the morning?
I was gonna say, could I during my watch have been imbuing Ashes with some necrotic energy?
Yes.
To fix his wounds.
Yes. So his like comes back when whoever wakes up, you see Ashes, the cast that's on its front paw is like smaller. It's still there, but smaller.
And what about the wound on his
and the wound in his neck is kind of closed up a little bit. Yeah. The fur is kind of like covering up a bit. So how do you prepare for the day?
So as Wilvin wakes up, he would collect himself and make sure he has everything. And first thing, I think, before finding everybody, seeks out Lapis.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get her alone, he'll approach and he'll pull his hand out of his pocket, and we'll have the amulet, and he looks around before he pulls it out and makes sure that none of the other party, I would say none of them, sees what he's doing.
Okay.
And he'll say, sorry to bother you with this, but last night, Ruidus chose me for a 24-hour mark, and I don't feel that I should be carrying something as important as this while I'm also carrying a curse upon myself. So, and he'll look around one more time, and he'll come in real close, and he'll say, "Listen, Galsariad is talking to someone about this amulet, not in person, but he's talking in his mind. So he's still got his eye on it. I think it's better if he doesn't know which one of us has it."
That's a really good idea. Yeah, you're right.
He'll hand it over. He'll say, "If you must attune to it, so be it. Use it however you can."
Okay, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And she's just gonna
And
slip it inside of her cloak, so it's no longer visible.
I'll give the mustache nod as he heads back, and I guess finds the party as if he just woke up.
Dermot shows up, and he is refreshed. He has been down to the river. He is bathed, and his armor is completely shiny again. And he is like, "I've got the horses all ready. We can head out anytime."
I'm ready to go. I didn't need to do much.
Did I mishear? Is the bard also heading toward Baxazan?
You haven't seen him this morning yet.
Oh my God, someone got to him.
Well, then he'll just say, It's going to really upset me if we keep running into that one. If he's
It
heading
was
that
me.
direction, I'd like to know now."
I don't know. I kind of like it. It's fun.
Well, if he shows up, I guess there's nothing we can do about it.
There's always something we can do about it. The question is it okay to do it or not?
You can do anything once, North. I've learned that at least.
I think about.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I think about now. Orgoth comes back from the river. He has his leather armor back on, but he doesn't have his bracers on, and he's got kind of obviously freshly washed out linens that he wraps his hands with. And he comes up and he says, "Oh, there was a rider very early in the morning who was here. Someone who calls himself Justice, who appeared on a Moorbounder. You will like this, Lapis. Its name is Rice Pudding."
I gotta meet him. Where's Rice Pudding?
And he points over. Orgoth
you look up and
over.
you see where the hitching post is, and you see a moorbounder. This thing only moorbounder here, and it's got a saddle kind of sitting on the ground next to it, and he's just kind of like munching on some grass.
Baby, I'll head over to him.
Okay.
And you'd probably notice as he's pointing, and then because he's not thinking about it for the moment, that like all across his forearms, the back of his forearms are just scarred. And then he's like, I must now put on my wraps before we leave.
Take your time. Take your time. Oh, definitely take your time, she said.
I think North would have gone to the river after everyone, so just like to be by himself.
Let's see, Lapis, make an animal handling check real quick, and you go to the river. You see Io down there, and Io's talking to Galsariad. It was like you kind of catch them talking. He's like, I hear what you're saying, but are you sure this is the right path? It's like, I need to get. You have so many thoughts in your head, and I trust you, but I don't trust you right now. Not with that power within reach of you. We have to go our own separate way. And Galsaria's like, I just we'll let them. I was like, we have to let them leave first, and we'll leave. We'll go to Bazazan, but we can't travel with them anymore. And Galsariad kind of thinks for a second. It's like, if you thinks this is a good idea, then I'll go along with it. But that keeping that jewel in sight is so important. North, make a stealth check.
Oh, I'm not stealthing.
You're not stealthing?
No.
Let's see if he notices. He does. He kind of looks over and it's like,
I'm not even being like subtle
okay,
about being
yeah,
there.
okay. It's like, North,
Yeah.
good
Hello.
morning.
Morning.
Did you overhear? Oh, I was like, listen,
Perhaps.
I think it would be best if we kind of separated or traveled separately.
I understand your point of view. At the same time, though, the road's dangerous.
Perhaps we can travel close enough that we have horses now. We can keep up with you.
Mm-hmm. If you're comfortable, we could travel together as a pack, but camp separately if that's what it has to come to.
Galsari is like, I think that's an excellent idea. And Io just looks at him and make a persuasion roll.
I have to click on my thing. I think it's not too bad. Persuasion, okay. I'm rolling like shit, 11.
11. Io kind of like, let me talk it over with the group. I'll get back to you.
I'll just give a look at Galsariad.
Mm-hmm. Galsaria kind of smiles at you. What?
Safety in numbers, eh? Look, I wouldn't say no hard feelings, but I respect what you did. And
Hey.
I'm gonna head over to the river.
Okay, you better get that poop off your hands. It might. I can smell it from here.
I come back and I smear my hand on him with the invisible poop that's not there.
He like runs away. He doesn't let you get close, unless you like.
I'm gonna get closer. 90 feet.
He runs, and you chase him down, like smear it, and it's like, ugh.
Run back.
Okay. Lapis, as you're petting Rice Pudding, Justice comes up, and it's like, "Hi, I'm Justice. This is Rice Pudding. I see you've made a friend. What do you roll on the animal handling?"
I rolled a 17.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the magic touch. I swear.
Anything with animals, man. It seems the dice love me.
What's your animal handling already?
It's only +4. I rolled a 13.
Good rolls, man.
Yeah, really. Justice is like, I can see Rice Pudding likes you.
I love rice pudding.
I love Rice Pudding too. I have to leave. I have to get back on the road. I have to make sure the road is safe. I'm one of the fastest riders here out on the plains, and the faster I can get out before the sun comes up, and after the caravan wakes up and gets on the road, I'll be able to have already gone several miles and come back to tell them if it's safe or not. Anyway, I hope to see Rice Pudding hopes to see you again soon. And Rice Pudding kind of at you.
Oh God. Oh, I want you. I want you so bad, but I already have chapstick. I can't abandon them yet.
Yet?
She's
Okay.
gonna like touch one of his tusks and then just like get Ashes and do like that thing where she's like, all right, Ashes, say bye. Bye now. Bye. Just waving his little paw
Yeah.
and just like walks off.
Okay. So, you get on the road. Is there anything else you want to do, breaking camp? You're getting on the road. You're prepared. Like you're getting gather up. Io comes back.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was just checking on Io,
Yeah,
seeing the
Io-
decision.
Yeah, Io comes over and says, "We're going to. We've made a decision. Dermot doesn't look happy about it. Irvin does not look happy about it at all. It's like,
You're going your separate ways then.
we're going to travel close, but I think in case something happens, we can use safety numbers. But when we make camp, I believe that we should camp separately. I listen, and he kind of whispers over to Wilvin. Galsariad still is just obsessing over that amulet. I have to keep him away from you. And Galsariad's like, I can hear you. I know what you're talking about. I am obsessed with the amulet, and I do want it and desire it, but you possess it now.
May
right,
I
I do.
ask why you're obsessed with it and why you want it so bad?
It's an
As-
artifact.
Aside from that, what do you intend to do with it?
Save the world.
How so?
Can't you feel the power coming off of it?
I have not been attuned with the ways of nature in a long time.
One last question, then I'll let you go. Will you willingly give me the amulet so I can get it away from its influence, away from your feeble minds? And Io's like over here, like doing one of these, like hand on the forehead.
Oh my god, he's just as bad as the bard.
I think he's worse than the bard.
Wilvin steps forward and he says, "The strength of our minds is none of your concern, as is the amulet. The vision was ours, the amulet is ours. If you fight us for it, you're not going to win."
We can make a deal. If you say, I'm sorry, I almost killed you, in a very sincere way, I might let you see it.
Okay, performance check. I'm sorry. I almost killed you.
I open my shirt. I don't have it.
Yeah, Wilvin just smiles and says, "It's not his to show." And he just gives him a big smile about it.
Io says, we'll see you on the road.
See you on the road. Safe travels.
Okay, they take off. Dermot kind of comes by and says, see you in Baxosan.
In Bassan, yeah, sure. Shake hands.
He reaches over and shakes your hand, and like looks at all of you and says, goes up to Lapis, hands out the book. I finished it.
Wow, that was only like a day.
I like reading.
Wow.
Um,
Here, this is the recipe book that I was kind of rereading. You could have it.
oh, thank you.
I'm
Can
sure
you cook?
you'll.
Can you cook out of it?
I mean, there's recipes, just that there's short stories within those recipes.
Okay, I'll try some of the recipes. That'll be fun.
Is it like a recipe blog where you have to like read the whole story and you scroll, and then you
Yes.
don't get to the recipe
Worst
until
book
5 hours
ever.
later?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you say it's the worst book, but it's got some saucy things in there. It's got a lot of saucies.
Well, it's a recipe book.
The he's like leans in and says, can we talk when we get to Bazazan? I just
Yeah.
I want to talk to you all. I'll see you
Of
there.
course.
Okay?
Be careful.
Be safe, all of you. Don't let anything happen to you. I would be incredibly sad if I wasn't there to protect you.
And you as well, Dermot. Take care of yourself and those you travel with. Maggie Keen Eyes, we will have our sparring match in Bagdazan.
She comes over. It's like, yes, we will. But first, and she reaches out and grabs your hand like this, like Roman style, and it's like, okay, one. First one to the ground loses. One.
Oh, let's go.
2, 3, and she yanks. Make a. This is a athletics roll.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh God.
Actually rooting for Maggie on this one.
17.
24.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
she yanks, and like you leave, she counted off. I think it was her counting off, maybe, but like you leave, your feet leave the ground, and you just fly through the air, and you like tumble.
Can I try? Oh, I rolled acrobatics. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Even 2 more everything. Can I make an acrobatics roll to try, like, when she yanks and I realize, like, oh, she's gonna beat me really bad. I want to try to angle instead of falling to the ground. I want to fall onto her.
Oh.
Okay. Make
You're
an acrobatics check.
redefining the term power couple.
23.
Okay,
Like,
you managed to
fucking
twist,
power in this
and
couple.
like she kind of, because she does kind of like the twist where she kind of like uses her gravity, center of gravity, to like launch you into the air, but then you kind of like tumble and fall on top of her.
Yeah, I think I do that, and I as she's pulling, I let her pull, and then I turn. So then I little spoon under her, and she catches me.
Yeah.
Or not.
Your tricks are appreciated. I still won, however.
Yes, you did. But losing can be fun sometimes too.
Of course. She gets up. I will see you in Mezozan. We shall spar.
I nod and walk back to Bone Dancer.
Okay.
Wilvin would like to have just a quick goodbye with Io. He'll
Io comes over.
approach and hold out a hand, and
she takes it and says,
good.
I appreciate your words, and our deal still stands. She whispers that.
As she leans in to whisper,
Yeah.
He'll hold the hand and he'll just say, "The company you keep," and kind of back up and just make an eye contact and a quick eye shift over to Galsariad.
Okay, she picks up on that with a 19. She's like, I'm doing this to protect you.
You don't need protected yourself.
I think I can take care of myself, but I'll keep an eye on him.
We'll see you out there then.
Okay. Be safe. And she turns around. Irvin comes up to Lapis. Hi.
Hi
Sorry
again.
I was so embarrassing last night. I'm sure you were uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it's just I kind of sort of got out of a very bad relationship not that long ago. I'm really not looking for anything at all.
I'm sorry that happened to you. That's incredibly sad.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
The
I mean, maybe later, but definitely not now.
Of course. And he nods and says, friends then?
Friends, of course.
Okay.
And she takes his hand with her good hand and just like gives him a shake and then backs off.
Okay. It's like, safe travels, everyone.
I'm the worst wingman ever.
That's everybody. That's all the rivals, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they take off ahead of you.
I'm gonna whistle after Galsariad and bye, babe.
Bye, poop face.
That's our little like pet names.
Terrible pet name.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gross.
You really got the shit into that stick, didn't you?
Okay. The caravan is starting to break. Justice is like left like long time ago, and his moorbounder is just fast takes off. The wrong page. The Aurora Watch that was there on the campsite north of next to the oxen pen are gone. They were gone early. But the caravan with the wagons with the oxen tied to them, like, yeah, and they just start heading along the road, and you'll be able to easily pass them. You haven't seen the Bard yet.
Yeah.
Good.
As
A
we're
little
traveling,
disappointed.
as we're traveling, and the other group has gotten far ahead. Wilvin, has said, last night I overheard Galsariad talking to someone. I don't know who. He was seemingly talking to himself, but he seemed to have a plan in place. He said everything is falling apart, and that this amulet has more power than we realize. But I almost believe him when he says the fate of the world depends on it.
He seems very sure of himself, for sure. Absolutely, yes.
And I'm not sure we know the whole truth about this Elixion.
No,
I think there's a lot under
we're
the glacier.
we're going into a city that has a temple dedicated to the
Make a his-
betrayer gods,
make a
right?
history check, all of you.
I'm wondering if going into there means we're heading straight into a trap.
17.
Had average rolls a whole night.
Oh,
13.
Let me see. That is going to be a 13, but I'm also going to use an ability I've never used before.
okay.
Knowledge from a past life, so I can roll a 1d6 and add that to my roll.
Do it.
Ooh.
Cool, I added a +5 to that.
Okay.
So that was a 13 plus 5, 18.
18, that's you. So Lapis, you know this. Apparently, Betrayer's Rise, not only was it a temple to the betrayer gods, but at one point contained a portal to the abyss.
So, Portal to the Abyss. It's funny because all I ever read is like smutty things, so I'm sure it would have mentioned. I know it mentioned it several times in these books.
Pounded in the butt by a portal from the abyss. So
Yes,
the Chuck Tingle.
I love Chuck.
Chuck Tickles, please.
Chuck Tickles.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so you're saying there's a portal to the abyss in the rise?
There used to be, is what she knows.
Once before. I don't know if it's still there or not, or if they even have access to it still.
Something that powerful is sure to leave its mark.
And we could always ask, and if not, I'm sure there's libraries that have history about it there.
You know, I'm not all about safe plays, but if we're gonna do something safe there, I think the best way to do it would be to assume that it is still there.
I do know someone in Baxozan. We could perhaps ask them.
Do you?
Yes, Merle Bronzefang, who I beat
Oh.
in the first arm wrestling match, told me to visit her should we ever be there. And she is part of the Aurora Watch. She would know things.
Sure. Should hit her up.
Were all of the Ron question, all of the Aurora Watch, did they all head this direction as well? Is that where they're going? Or it's seemingly?
Because they patrol different places. You're not really sure. They can patrol up and down the roads, north, south, and then west, east. Orgoth may have seen them leaving because he was last watch. They went north.
None of us have been to Baxozan before, but what kind of traffic do you think it gets? Is it going to be a crowded place? Are there worshippers to the betrayer gods, or do they do that more in secret?
You would know. This is like kind of generalized history.
Yeah.
Baxozan is a fortress was built to protect whatever was in the temple from coming to the surface and invading the world.
Got it. Well, Orgoth, if we have an inn, I think that's who we beeline for. That's who we want to talk to first. We don't want to go in blind. Gods know what's down there.
Yes, we will find Merle, and then we'll ask her what she knows. We will get information.
Okay, you take off.
Take off.
Okay, so you're traveling along, and the rivals have about an hour's. I'll just say you spent some time like talking and getting everything everybody on the same page. They're about an hour ahead of you. The you take off, and there is like everybody make a perception check. This is about 8 hours, like toward the late afternoon of the day's travel.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
My other
God
dice
dang
is
that
great.
curse.
Oh, I forgot something. If you ate the food, roll a d10.
Oh gosh.
Woohoo!
2,
4.
4. North, you get 2 temporary hit points. Orgoth, you
Oh.
get 4 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody else eat it? No.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I
good.
can't. I don't
had-
eat.
Fear for a moment in my heart.
You. What was the high roll on the perception check?
I got 16.
16.
Oh,
Um,
wait. Yeah, 16.
The road up to Bazuzan is kind of heading like gradually up, like towards the mountains in that direction, and at one point it's like it kind of winds around a hill, and there's a valley far to the like to the south, and there's like a forest area in the valley, and it's like a big kind of cliff, so there's like about 20-30 foot drop down to the tops, like to the trees, and then it kind of slides gradually to the forest. You suddenly hear North. You hear the sound of a moorbounder, like in pain, and suddenly you hear rice pudding. No, help me! Help! There's a wagon down here. I need some help. Is someone up there? And that's where we're going to stop for the day.
I'm going after that rice pudding.
Stakes have just risen
Yes.
for rice pudding.
Rice
Justice,
pudding's in trouble.
You know,
I've never
Galsariad
seen
could
a moorbounder
die,
before.
but rice pudding?
No, rice pudding must be saved.
Yeah.
That was some great role play tonight. Actually, we got some story moments. Like we're kind of pushing the story along some.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, this is a fun. Let's see, it's 6:28, so let's go ahead and let's do our wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill Roper. You can find me on the Twitters at Bill Roper, and anywhere else you look, probably at Bill freaking Roper. I've got some stuff coming up in the next couple of months. I might be showing up over on Wayward for the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer, doing a guest shot on their Salt Marsh Legends run, which is pretty cool. They just had their season closer in season 2. It's insane. And then towards the end of the year, and we're just starting to talk about this too, over on Wayward, Important for the Wayward Gamer, we're going to be starting a new Star Wars.
I love some Star Wars RPG.
Yeah, FFG. Yeah, so it's so good, and Jay, who's the GM there, is brilliant at Star Wars stuff. So super excited to be getting some more RP on, and I have a unannounced guest spot, like 2 episodes coming up on another stream that hopefully I'll talk about the next time.
Awesome.
But this is the end of the year for me, is getting some play in. But you know what? This is like my home game right now, and I'm loving this. This is so good.
Thank you.
Always coming back.
Hi everyone, this is Jaden, playing Lapis. You can find me on the Twitter at Foxtrot Fallout. You can see me around the Discord, and if you are listening on the podcast, thank you very much. Honestly, it's amazing that you guys are here listening to us.
Yes, thank you.
Truly. Folks, thank you for tuning in yet again. This is Ross. I've been playing Wilvin Grandmain. Hit me up on all of the socials at GriffRM. And yeah, if you're watching the stream, you may notice that I'm sipping out of my very own Severed Sons mug. And this back here is not for sale. The sign behind me, but the mug is. You can go to our TeePublic store. We have all sorts of cool stuff, T-shirts and mugs, and you can get. Ron he got that special made, right? The banner behind you.
Oh, it's from TeePublic. I got that from TeePublic. Yeah.
Ooh, snap!
So I got this notebook from TeePublic. Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff, folks. We got one more, still adding more. We got Claire over in the Severed Sons working on quite a lot for us. So check us out and support the podcast in several ways, including a Severed Sons mug.
And speaking of supporting the podcast, if you have a few bucks left at the end of the month and you don't know what to do with it, you can always join us on Patreon, where we have early access stuff to Severed Sons podcast and also to our own episodes of Rolling in the Netherdeep. We also have fun stuff like Fang's Journal, and I think there's also a nice short story with Ted Johnson and some Yetis.
I need to write another short story. That was fun. I love that.
Yeah, so there's plenty of content there. I'm Jamie. You can find me on Suburban Cryptic. I don't know for how long it's going to say Suburban Cryptic. Maybe it's going to change soon. I don't know. Ooh, change of handle. That's exciting.
It is a big deal.
Let me know so I can change it in the show notes. So.
Oh, yeah. We'll check that. I'll let you know. Thanks for tuning in.
And my name is Ron Murphy, and you can find me on Twitter at Ron88Keys RBDM. Please follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. We talked about everything that's in my script at the end of the platform.
That's right. Sorry.
So it's okay. Thank you to Wizards.
That.
I love it that you steal it. It's totally okay. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, gang at Critical Role, and to all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling. Bye, all.
Bye.
Thanks for dealing with our internet today.
Yeah, thank you.